Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. And today is a first alert weather day, so let's get right to the forecast. Meteorologist Jill Gilardi is in with the details. Hey, good morning, Jill. So,
good morning.
Looks like our first 90-degree day on tap maybe for today.
Yes, that's a good chance of it. And if we get 90 and then we do it 2 more days after today, it's a heat wave, okay? Yep. But it is going to feel easily in the 90s, and eventually it's going to start to feel 100 plus, especially tomorrow and Thursday, the peak of the heat. So first alert weather days because of this heat, how hot it's going to feel, could be taxing on the body. We don't want any heat-related illnesses. Well, at least the radar is quiet this morning, and we get to look forward to a little bit of relief by the weekend. Heat advisory has been posted, and this is for today through Thursday for our northeastern counties, including Hartford. All right, right now it is quieting down. The rain has moved out. The clouds are doing the same. So we're going to look for brighter skies. Still a touch of fog out there and low-level moisture from all that rain we saw. You can see some of those low clouds there, but they're burning off in the Rocky Hill area. So any little bit of fog will continue to burn off, and we'll have no worries about that in an hour or two. 67 Torrington and also Salisbury, that flow coming in from the northwest there. Otherwise, we are in the 70s, the hot spot, so to say. 77 in New Haven, so a little steamy out there to start. Here's where we're headed for the feels like temperature range, and this is why you want to knock out things before you get to about 11 o'clock and certainly noon, because it starts to feel hotter and hotter. We're going to be feeling almost 90 degrees by noon, and it will feel in the low to mid 90s inland today. And the low 90s along the shoreline. That would be a little bit of relief if you're headed there or any of one of the parks, and obviously the shoreline, get in the ocean, cool off. We're going to talk about when this heat is going to peak, when we get that relief, and any storm chances returning coming up a little bit later. Good morning, Caitlin.
All right, good morning, Jill. Jill, you just mentioned it's going to be a busy day at the state parks and beaches. Expect a lot of company along 95 and the shoreline here. Get there early so that you get a spot before they fill up. If you're heading out the door right now, though, maybe you're heading to work, dropping the kids off at summer camp. Live look here in Hartford, 91 north and southbound by exit 32A and B. Middletown by the light there on Route 9. Here's a look by the Mixmaster, 84 east and westbound in Waterbury, and in Meriden along 691 east and westbound. Thankfully, no crashes to tell you about. That daytime construction work picks up anywhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. I expect there will be a lot of it out there. But right now it's pretty quiet to start, so we'll take that as you're hitting the road here. Your drive times, 91 towards New Haven, 84 towards Hartford, and 95 towards the George Washington Bridge. Just about a 90-minute ride down that stretch. The Parkway will be backing up as well. Jill and Scott have been talking about it as well all morning long. There's a little bit of reduced visibility. Those roads could be just a tad bit damp out there, but majority of the state is nice and quiet. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right now our team coverage of that first alert weather day continues.
The city of Waterbury working hard to keep people safe in the heat. Your reporter Anna Stansfield live at one of the many places the city is opening to help families stay safe and cool and have some fun. And that spray pad is now open.
Yeah, that's right. We've been waiting for that news all morning long. Those splash pads are officially open as of just a few minutes ago. They opened at 7 o'clock. Of course, the perfect place to bring out your family, burn some of those kiddos' energy out this morning, but also keep them cool. If you can't make it out here today, though, they are going to be operating under some extended hours in the next couple of days to help make sure your family is staying cool.
They'll be open at 7 o'clock this morning and close at 8 tonight, giving you a place to bring your kids all day long. Across the city, several cooling centers also opening. One at the North End Recreation Center and another at the River Baldwin Recreation Center. Those will both be open from 8 a.m. until at least 6 p.m. through Friday. The city also extending its pool hours today. Waterbury's pools will be open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
The mayor also activating the city's hot weather protocol that starts today at noon and will go all the way through to Friday night. Just another important reminder in the coming days for people living in this area to stay safe and cool. Stay in that air conditioning if you can, but if you have to go outside, maybe hit up a splash pad like we have here behind me. Your reporter in Waterbury, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Anna, thank you. Breaking news right now in Harwington, Route 8 southbound is back open to traffic. It was closed overnight because of a crash. State police tell us one driver was going the wrong way. That crash happening around 1:30 this morning. You can see Pinpoint News Tracker here showing you that location on your screen. It happened right near the Litchfield Road exit. Police say at least one person suffered minor injuries.
And breaking news in East Hartford right now. One person was hurt in a stabbing overnight. Police tell us they responded to Judson Avenue at about 1:30 this morning. Pinpoint News Tracker shows you where, not far from the Pratt & Whitney facility. The victim's being treated right now at the hospital. Police say 2 suspects have been detained.
This morning, leaders from Connecticut and 24 other states are suing the Trump administration over an education funding freeze. Officials say Connecticut has already lost $53 million that are built into school budgets for after-school activities, summer enrichment programs, and other programs. Well, that lawsuit claims withholding the money violates the Constitution. The Trump administration, however, says it wants to make sure programs align with the federal government's priorities. Well, today, the suspect accused of hurting 2 state troopers in a crash in Enfield last week is expected to face a judge for the first time.
Your reporter Marcy Jones is live outside of Hartford Superior Court with more on what we can expect today. Marcy.
Good morning, you guys. Well, 18-year-old Joel Chiesa from Waterbury is facing multiple charges, including reckless driving, as well as operating without a license. And up until now, he's been recovering in a hospital. Chiesa was arrested after state police say he lost control of his car during last Thursday's rainy morning commute on I-91 North in Enfield, hitting 2 Connecticut State Police troopers responding to a previous crash. The scary incident, caught on camera, shows Chiesa's vehicle spinning out after hitting standing water in a stretch of road under construction. Trooper Christopher Genovese remains hospitalized, while Trooper Matthew Seri has been released and is recovering at home. Now, Channel 3 will be here throughout the arraignment, so make sure you stay with us on air, online, and on our WFSB app for the latest updates. Your reporter live in Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, this morning, Christine Holloway's family says they're relieved that the man convicted of killing her back in 2019 will spend the next 65 years in prison.
A judge sentenced Jose Morales yesterday. He was convicted in April of murder and tampering with evidence. Holloway's loved ones say Morales destroyed their family and added that they believe he got what he deserved.
I hope every day in prison is hurtful for him and awful in every way imaginable.
Holloway's family still wants answers about the couple's young daughter, Vanessa, who is still missing. We'll have more on that part of the story coming up here in the next half hour.
This morning, one person is recovering from injuries they suffered in a stabbing at the Fast Track station in Hartford. No word yet on any arrests, but as soon as those happen, you'll see them first on WFSB.com.
Metro North service back on schedule this morning.
There were delays on the New Haven line because of heavy rain that we got here, but also in New York City. Take a look here. That rain causing problems for commuters within the city. This video shows all that water rushing into a subway station.
It's just incredible. The water started coming into the train car as well. Passengers tried to lift their legs, get up onto the seat to try to stay dry. Some of them just unbothered there. It's just incredible video.
Completely unbothered.
Well, this morning you could see some upgrades here at airports in our state. Federal leaders say that Bradley, Hartford Brainerd, and Meriden Markham airports are all receiving about $1 million to modernize runways and also put in some aircraft storage facilities.
And if you're taking a flight anywhere this summer, you want to hear this. Starting today, TSA hosting a pre-check enrollment event at Tweed Airport in New Haven. It continues through this Friday. Enrolled passengers can go through a separate security line to help you save time. You're encouraged to apply beforehand and, of course, bring your identification and proof of citizenship to the event and your form of payment as well. Help speed things along, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Well, this weather may make you slow down if you do anything strenuous outside. The heat is going to get rough today. It's not bad right now. We even have a couple of 60s, but these numbers, as we know, are going upwards. Let's talk about how it's going to feel today when we combine the air temperature and also the mugginess of the air, the dew points in the 70s. So by the time we get to noon, it's almost feeling 90 degrees. So yeah, knock out anything outside that's strenuous before we get into the afternoon hours, especially because by 3 o'clock we're feeling in the mid 90s. That's inland and not that much better. A 90 is how hot it's going to feel, and we'll get some sunshine out there, a little steamy. Here's a look at the forecast highs. So in terms of a heat wave, we need to reach a 90 degrees or greater 3 days in a row. So we could start that heat wave today, but nonetheless, a more important number is that heat index value. So when you open up the First Alert Weather app, take a look at that before you decide to, do something outside, maybe a little rough on you. But we have relief on the 7-day forecast. We'll show you that coming up in the next 5 minutes.